So if you are new here to Dot & Company, we are premium client account managers for digital marketing agencies. So a lot of people ask us, okay, what does that even mean? What does your role look like? What are you doing? How is this helping my agency? And I think a huge part of why we are premium and why we are, as good as we are is because we as a team are so obsessed with keeping clients happy. So today we're going to get into why it is that we are such people pleasers, we love keeping clients happy, and how that actually impacts the agency and their clients.
Welcome to the Happy Clients Podcast, brought to you by Dot & Company. Whether you're a virtual assistant, an agency owner, or a client-facing account manager, we all deal with clients. Lucky for you, client management is what we do best. Now, let's dig in, chat cam life, and have some fun along the way. Cheers to happy clients.
So this one is huge because it's really just an inherent quality that a lot of our client account managers have, what we look for, something that just makes you want to just always be supportive to the client. So we are natural people pleasers, which actually is a good thing. I don't think it's necessarily means that we're like pushovers or that we just do everything for the client. It's that we really want to see the client be successful. And sometimes that does mean pushback. I've worked with agencies before. If this happens, which is contrary to what the client wants to happen, they'll get better results. So that's pleasing them in the end. They're making more money. They're getting, higher conversions and all those good stats. So we're natural people pleasers, but we have the bigger picture in mind, right? We're people pleasers, but it's not a yes person. But
that's a good way to put it. And it's like something that we always talk about at Dot is the urgency factor. So to be a natural people pleaser, to me, in our role, is you have to be like positive and professional and straightforward, but also have that urgency, because we've all worked with businesses before where they just don't get back to you, or they're not really feeling like you get them. So I think a huge part of the natural people pleasing is that urgency, putting the client first, doing your best you possibly can to show up for them.
Totally. And just acknowledging both sides too, the client and the agency, and how getting results is what's going to please them in the end. So kind of having that knowledge and knowing that, if there's a certain path you take because it's proven and you've seen the ads work this way, then that's actually going to make them the happiest in the end. So people pleasing, but not the whatever you want sort of account manager.
Yeah. And we're hired by agencies to keep their clients happy. So our KPIs for Dot & Company are mainly around timely professional communication, which means happy clients. So the things that we're looking for are things like, how quick are you getting back to clients? How is your tone? Are you Dot vibes, we call it? Are you warm, friendly, but professional? Is your spelling proper? Are you, just like structuring your messaging properly? So it's not just about keeping your clients happy by getting results. It's the whole picture of all the things that kind of go into that client relationship.
Totally. And I think that when you said urgency, Taylor, that was like the huge takeaway there, is that agency owners can be client account managers for sure, but they don't have the time necessarily to make the client feel supportive. So when that client does get the email back within the hour, within the half an hour, then that client is just going to be baseline pumped, baseline excited. They're going to be happy, and whether it's good or bad, they're going to feel like you're working on their account. And that's really what it's all about. So that urgency is a huge factor.
Yeah. And those people when you email and you're like, I know they're not going to email me back for 2 days. Like, you just know it. I never want to be that person. I want someone to be like, she gets back to me pretty quickly. Like, I know I can email her. I know she's there, available. And that is a huge part of what makes us premium.
Totally. Yeah. So it's that quick communication, that people pleasing, the urgency, and just making sure that if they're supported, they're going to feel good, and we're doing the best we can, and having a pulse on the internal happenings and letting clients know along the way. They're just going to feel really happy with that process.
Yeah. And I think the big thing that we look for in hiring client account managers is this innate urgency and professionalism. So we put them through, if you've listened to any of our podcasts on our hiring process, but we put people through various different hoops to see how quick they are, how their communication is, what their written, verbal, video communication is. And I think a big thing in the digital world these days online is that we believe that clients should have these premium experiences. So like I always say, you've definitely worked with someone where you don't get that experience, that hand holding, that warm and fuzzy kind of feeling. And that's just something that we don't believe in. So when we're looking for people to join our team, we look for people who are just going to be obsessed with keeping their clients happy.
Yeah. Like we even, keep a closer pulse on that than maybe we care to even admit to. But yeah, like we want to make sure that people are all in on our side, agency side. And then, yeah, that they're just really hard workers and want to do a great job. And yeah, they're pleasing clients, but they're also really effectively doing their job, which will give that client results and keeping them along every step of the way. So another reason why we're so obsessed with keeping clients happy is that when they're happy, it kind of makes our job a little easier, right?
Yes.
So there's always something behind the scenes that we can't control, but keeping them happy in terms of that communication and that face and the weekly meetings and the reports and the explanations. Yeah, it's people pleasing, but it's just something that gets you to the level of best friend with the client, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if you are someone who is looking for support when it comes to client management, maybe it's for you, your agency, maybe it's for your team, definitely reach out. We can help embed these systems and processes that we train our CAMs on to improve your client experience and keep your clients happy. So we're over at dotandcompany.co, and tune into the next episode. We are always dropping so much value here, guests, all of our learnings that we use inside of Dot, agencies, and you don't want to miss an episode. So tune in, and again, reach out if you have any questions with client account management.
Cheers to happy clients.